Okay, we are back, part 5, my third day of shooting, just a little bit each day. I had to review what happened yesterday. I did watch my part 4 and caught myself up. So I think we should be pretty seamless here. This we knew because of the planning action, or the shaman action, and we can't afford to preempt. So the enemy's going to get 4, a total of 7 AP on top of 2 that they had left over. So they're going to get quite a bit. And that's 6, and I need 1 more that I dropped. Okay, do some flipping and switching. 2 and 4 are going to flip. 2 and 4. And we do not have our cunning available, so the first thing that they're going to do is the Comanche action, and that will cost them 3 APs. The Comanche will attempt to do a raid, so we'll have 4 families come in, which means 4 raid counters will come in, and we did this, so we're just going to roll a die, and that's where the raid is going to potentially occur. I say potentially because, as in this case, there is not a family in that territory, so we can skip it. So crank this out. Territory 1, I do have a family here. So they'll attempt to evade. I get to add their evasion modifier +1 to this die roll. And 5, so they will not move. So we will roll for the Comanche raid, and we're going to add 1 plus this number -1, so 0. We'll add 1 to the roll because they're Comanche. We could try to affect this roll by discarding some stuff here. I do have a re-roll, so we're just going to go for it. We're going to roll 1 die and add 1, and -5. Okay, so that means that my family is within the raid. I think I'll use my reroll, and this, when it gets used, doesn't go back into the intruder cup. It is spent, and it'll come back into play when we switch eras. And there's our reroll, and it paid off because the 2 + 1 is 3. They only raid up to this value here, and we got 2 more tribe tokens to place. So we're going to put 1 in zone 3. And we got a family there, so we're going to do an evasion roll. We get +2 on this evasion roll. And it's a 6, which it's got to be a natural 6 or over a 6 in order for me to have a chance at bailing out. We will roll and +1, +0. So this roll +1 is a 3. So they raid up to here. We're fine. And we got 1 more tribal raid counter to place. And it will go in zone 3 again. And we can try to evade again, and I will, because I'll bail to Canyon de Chelly if possible, and I can't. So now we got to worry a little bit. We're going to add 2 to this roll. So I got a 50-50 of it not getting me. I think I got trade goods for a reroll, or I can spend these trade goods and do a -3 modifier, which would mean I would only get hit if I roll a 6. So I don't need to spend all of them. They get a +2. I'm going to spend 2 of these tokens to give them a -2, so no modifier. The only way I'm going to get hit is if I roll a 6. Oh shit, which I do. Okay. So we have to take care of this. I learned a lesson about Comanche and tribal raids. I might not necessarily want to fight this because we're going to get a +0, +2, +3. We don't have any rerolls, so we're going to get 3 plus our die roll. They're going to get 5 plus their die roll. And when I look at the raid chart, I'd have to outroll them pretty good. So I think what I might do is just give them what they want. And I'm allowed to do that. Right here. I could remove one population counter from and put it in the passage of time, because we know that we're going to do a passage of time operation here. Lose a culture point. Which is no big deal. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to remove one population counter from the affected family. So this is family D. So we're going to lose the woman. And she goes here into the passage of time box. We're going to lose a culture point for each empty population counter in the affected family's box. So we're going to lose one culture point. That's not really a problem because we're doing good. And then we're going to remove the family counter map from the map if there's no adults. There are. And we're going to put it in the caught box. But then we return it to the map when the raid ends. Oops. Okay. So the raid is ended. We're out of tribal raid counters. So it cost them 3 ops to have a chance at taking one of my women. Yeah, so, I mean, they succeeded. And then this counter goes back. I still have a man. I might go here and try to take care of this. If I give them a horse, they can move 1, 2, 3, 4, raid 5. Move back 6 or raid 6 again if I need to. So I think that's what I'll do. That is the end of the Comanche raid. We're going to have another build. So, 3 AP spent on a build, and a build action is going to, since there's already a mission here, we're going to go to the next lowest. That's our build action. And then we've got 3 AP left, and we're looking at slaves 5, which they can't afford. So these slide up, these fill in, and it is our turn. Okay, here's the deal. We know that we're going to lose a red cube, and if there are less red cubes in the subjugation in New Mexico box during a passage of time, then their morale goes down 1, and we can go for victory. So we're going to do a passage of time next turn. So this turn, let's try to get rid of these missions. I don't think I'm going to be able to attack that one, but we should be able to attack this one. So we're going to do family operations. We've got 3 plus 0 families, or 3 plus a default 1, so I get 4 family operations. We'll start with family A. They will, do they have a horse? They don't. I only got 1 horse available, and I want to give it to D. So family A, I think we're going to do, we get, shoot, family D might not be able to reach, because they're going to be at 5 AP, or movement points. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Family A with a horse would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not be able to attack. I'm going to end up with 2 families in Shiprock. I think that's okay. I'd have to count cards. I'm going to pause. I'm going to count how many cards and see what kind of risk I'm at in terms of scoring coming up. I know the next 2 cards are safe because we did the shaman, but I'm going to count and see where we are. I'll be right back. Okay, this is card 18, so technically the next card could be our next scoring chance, but we know it's not. We know we got 2 turns. One of them is going to be a passage of time, so we run a little bit of a risk. Shoot, this is hard. I think we're gonna play it safe. Normally, my style is to play things safe. So we're gonna give family A the horses, and family A is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It costs 2 because the mission adds 1. Family B, they're way up here. They're going to do find a water hole, which is 9 minus their spot. 9 minus 6 is 3. We can remove that drought counter. That'll help in feeding. They got 3 movement point left that they can't do anything with because I don't have horses. They're stuck up there. Family C, there's no drought counter here. They're going to move. They're going to move. And family D, let's gain an AP. So they're going to roll at trying to gain an AP, which I think automatically succeeds because all I got to do is equal or. So they gain an AP. That's family operations, all 4 of them. Then we go to our major event. In this case, it's the Apache War in New Mexico. So New Mexico is have been raided by the Apaches, and it has disrupted the subjugation. So we're going to take this red cube, and we're going to drop it back into the bag. And that's very, very helpful to us because now if we do a passage of time, we drop their morale by 1 per line 10 of passage of time. I think it's line 10. However, we have to do that because sooner or later this red cube is going to come back and then the morale is going to go up 1. So it's a 0 sum. It's just a matter of you have to take advantage of it to get that 0 sum. And then 1 territory is going to suffer drought. So let's suffer some drought. And 6 is going to suffer drought. And that is the card. Okay, so we're gonna pause. We're gonna clean up. We don't have much to clean up. I made a tribal raid mess up there, and I think we're gonna get ready to do a passage of time. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're ready to continue on. I didn't do any cleaning up. I sat and thought, and we can't preempt because we've got 2. So hopefully they don't resubjugate this turn. So they're going to get 4, 5, 6 per these 2 here. So they're going to get 6. I'll just grab 4, 2 more. Okay, we're going to do some flipping and some swapping. So they should have 9. I believe they have 9. And we're going to flip 2. Which is helpful. Oh, it's not helpful. And 5. Okay, so the first thing they're going to do is they're going to spend 5. It's pretty expensive on slaves. So they're running in to capture a slave. So what we do is we roll a die, and in that territory we lose a child. Okay, so in territory 5, we remove a child from any family in that territory, and that's it. If there's not a child in a family, then we remove a woman. If there's not a woman, then we go to the passage of time box and we remove a child. So that is all that happens with slaves. It's a pretty tame one, in my opinion, and it eats up a lot of enemy AP. You may have a different opinion on this, but here's what might hurt. We got 4 to spend on subvert, and if New Mexico is not subjugated, then it is a subjugate action. So we have to draw 4 cubes, and this might ruin our shot at dipping the morale by 1. So I'm going to draw out 4 cubes. I feel like I got 3. And I do. These go in recovery, and I have to draw 1 more. And we got kind of lucky. I don't know what the chances are. 4 out of, there's quite a few non-red, and there's 1 red and there's 1 green. Basically, there's 2 cubes in there I don't want. I don't know the number of them, but that's it. They're out of APs, so these are going to slide up, and we're ready to do a passage of time. So in passage of time, we're allowed to manipulate this. I want to get, one of them's missing a woman. I want to get the woman back. And so then I have a choice. I can start a family because this elder has to go here. But I think I'm going to turn them all into elders. And gain 3 culture. I don't need the culture. I'm going to start family E because that'll help me with food. And then I'm going to drop this child as an elder here. So I would gain 2 culture, but I would lose 2 culture, and that is 0. So we're okay. Family E is now on the map, and I can start pushing for that scoring of 14, because this is 10, 12, 14, which we need by the end. So that is the first part of Passage of Time. Then we return all animals to the resources box, and animals breed. So we're going to get another horse and another sheep. We're doing good on food. And then we're going to harvest corn. I don't think I have any corn on the map. And then we're going to feed. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to feed. This is 1, 2, 3. These don't count against, only ranchos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we needed 18, so that's one of our sheep. And now, what happens? We feed our animals. I can support 5 of each, and my elders are going to die. Chances are all 3 of those are going to die. So we're going to roll for these 2. If I roll a 6, then they live, and they both die. They have finally succumbed to, old age and disease. I dropped one on the ground. We'll clean up. We will pause and clean up. On this one, he dies. So as suspected, our elders needed to be recycled. Not in that way. Oh, after elder death, I'm trying to do official. We do land recovery, maybe? I'm trying to find it. Yep, land recovery. So we're going to recover land. And 5 is going to recover. We'll clean up. And then return all corn. If card 41 is removed from the game, it is. And there's less than 3 cubes in subjugation. Enemy loses 1 morale. Boom. They are at 0. We can roll to end this. And then we reset cubes, which helps the whole subjugation thing. So that is the end of player operations. Oh, this refreshes. We're going to do the major event, which is traders and trappers, which is draw and place a intruder. So we're going to do, I dropped my black die. So we're going to place it at green, red. So 5-1 gets an intruder counter. It's hard doing this through my phone. I don't want to set it on anything. So 5-1. Oh, that's right in the way of this family E. And then we do the minor event, which on this card is instructions are going to swap places, and then we'll discard 2 instructions are going to swap places, 5. So that subvert is going to go, which is helpful to us. Okay, at this point, it's discard phase. I can choose to try to win. Now, normally I don't, because I think it's kind of cheap and I like to play it out. It's 8-0. I don't know if I've ever lost from this position, but I have only achieved a minor victory from this position. And I mean, that's pretty significant because that means I only won by 1 or 2. And I'm up 8 right now. So a whole lot can still swing in this game. But since we're doing a campaign and I want to get it on video to speed things up, I might go for it. However, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for it next turn, because this family can take out this one, and this family can take out this one, and then there's a 0 risk. They could move at 1, 2, 3, 4, have 2 shots at it. They have a ton of shots at it. We've got horses for both, and we know it's a safe card. So the only risk is, do they subjugate before I can act? Oh no, it's not, because they're already at morale 0. Oh no, because then their morale will go up 1. So the question is, can they subjugate? Raid, no. Build, no. Peace, no. Comanche, yes. That would be subjugate. Raid, no. Slaves, no. So the chances are pretty slim, but these are going to flip. That would be bad. That would be a build, I think. That would be a build. This is the only bad one, and it would turn into a good one. I don't know. I think I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to push this one more turn, and then we'll go for the instant win. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck, because there are some things that can go wrong. I could raid the mission and draw a red cube, and I can't preempt, but we do have cunning. So they get 4 plus 2 for this, which is 6, and I cleaned up nicely. And we've grabbed 6. So now we're going to flip and swap. 2 and 5. 2 and 5. So we're going to let the raid occur. So they get 3. And then they're going to get a bonus 1. So they get a raid of 4. So they jump right in, and I can't do anything. I don't even think I can evade. Crap. We didn't see that coming. Maybe I have to skip that one with the cunning. Let me make sure I can't do anything. I'm pretty sure I can't do anything because I'm in a mission. One sec. I might skip this with cunning. Okay, yes, that sucks. I can't react. So we're gonna, it's not the cleanest thing I've ever done. When I play alone, little moves like this don't bother me. We're gonna use cunning to skip this. And then we're gonna jump into colonize, which I need to read. It's an expand if there's no cubes. I think they're gonna expand. We can manage that. We'll just do that on camera. I think where is it? Colonize. If no cubes in the rated cube box, treat as an expand. So they're going to expand. So what happens is every mission moves forward 1, and I lose 2 culture. So this is going to cost me some culture. And then the last thing they're going to do is they're going to spend 3 on peace. And we're going to end that real quick. Okay, so now it is my turn. I can act with 2 plus 1 or 2 plus 1. I can act with 3 families. We're going to start acting with family A. And family A is going to raid this mission. Now, because it's in section 2, remember, if I'm below it, I can attack it and it'll retreat. I only have to hit it once. So we're gonna raid once. We've got 6 movement points. Costs us 1 to raid. And if I can find the cubes, we're gonna raid 1 time. I don't have any redraws. I don't have 3 trade goods, so we're definitely taking risk here. I'd say it's pretty minimal. And we got it. I wish I would have saved that for earlier, or for this next one. So my family is going to go up to 2 ferocity. I might as well put them at 3. And then I get my culture back because I destroyed a mission. And then we're going to spend, sorry, I'm moving my phone everywhere. We're going to spend 1, and we're going to try to sack this mission again. We got 1 hit on it. Oh, and that piece is gone. We got 2 hits on it, so we were successful. Okay, so this piece is gone. This mission is gone. Oh gosh, depth perception is bad. These guys go up to 3, and this goes up 1. Okay, so that was family A. I'm going to move them back in case a raid comes. We're going to give them horses. They've got 4 left, so they're going to move back to here. Okay, I only get to act with 3 families. I think, as much as I hate this mission here, I think I'm going to leave it alone, just in case. So we're going to have family D try to powwow, or tribal council. I noticed that's what it was officially called. Well, they get it automatically, and they even get it with a 1. So they gain an AP. And then I'm going to have this family move, and they're allowed to, because they're in Canyon de Shade, they can move anywhere they want. I'm going to move them here. 9 minus 4. They can afford to clean this up if I do actions. So that's player operations, which takes us to trappers and traders. So we're going to place a token on, oh, before I do that, these go here when the piece ended. So we're going to place that green red. So at 5-2, which is this one. So we have to place an intruder here. And then we're going to have instruction swap places. And 4, we're going to have a baby raid come. And then we're going to do discard phase. And this time I think we'll go for it. So we've got 1 mission on the board. All we got to do is roll higher than a 1. We can do this because enemy morale is at 0 during discard phase. And again, I normally do not do this. I ignore the rule that you can do automatic victory. I do enjoy playing it all the way out, even in a pretty obvious situation like this, because you never know. Things do change. And I get better at prepping or responding to the game as it throws different stuff at me. So we're going to go for it, and that'll be, oh, we got it. So we have officially achieved victory against the Spanish, major victory. What I'll do is I'll set this up. We'll set it up for the Mexican era, and we will come back with part 6. We're perfect timing. We're right at 28 minutes. I don't know. It might take me a little while to get this set up. I actually have to go back to work. I snuck home for lunch and a quick session. So, till sometime. Peace.